I think it's great in that people are realizing that I like the fact that the business is shifting away from just overpricing discs to in order to subsidize executives' lifestyles, because that's all it was ever about. I mean, have you ever been to the Sony Club? It looks like the Death Star. It's incredible, and that's money that I think should go to artists. And if an artist, I'm not going to name names, can pay themselves $5 to $7 a unit on 1 million records versus getting paid, $1 a unit on 3 million records, which would you rather do? It's a little more work, and you have to be able to find people who are smart around you and that you can trust to help you do that. But by and large, if you've built enough of a fan base that people will just go to Radiohead.com or in the case of Nine Inch Nails, NIN.com, or even other people, Beck.com, RyanAdams.com, MarsVolta.com, almost any of my clients. People aren't going to Universal.com to find out about these artists. So I think it's a good thing in that it's made a couple things. It's made music more available, which I don't think is a bad thing, because even if I do hear something for free, I'm 43, but I'd still be inclined to go and see the band live if I was really excited by a couple songs and they didn't have a record out or there's no other way to find out about them. I think it really hurts people who just can't create more than one or two interesting songs. The flip side of that is the people that you hear talking about suing kids out of existence for doing that. It's like trying to stuff toothpaste back into a tube. It's done. You have to cope with this being the new reality. These people aren't people who are saying I want to get that money back so I can lavish it upon the artists. They're people who want to be able to fly private again instead of commercial. Their budgets have been cut. This is reality. And that's what they're upset about. They want to have their own separate label, Grammy Party, instead of a combined Universal or BMG or Sony BMG one. That's the kind of stuff they're concerned about. And man, in that respect, the party's over. And the other side of that is that people, when you hear artists talk about suing kids out of existence, it's always people like Gene Simmons. There's someone who hasn't made a record worth buying since 1978. So it's people still come to see you live. Sorry, you don't get money off your records anymore, but they're not good. People coming to see you play songs that you wrote from 1973 to 1978, and they don't want to hear anything else other than that. So that's why you're not selling records anymore. I mean, I look at something like, Radiohead gave their record away for free for God knows how long, 3 months, 2.5 months, something like that. And still sold over 100,000 the first week. The people are complaining if the new Kiss record came out, they could keep it in Fort Knox till it came out. It's not going to do that. They just have to accept the new reality of doing business and move on. I did so. I downsized, and I mean I'm not a hypocrite. I realized okay, I can scramble to try to grab all this money, have 70 clients, and run myself ragged, and just try to sprint toward retiring or whatever, and whore myself out there, and but I couldn't do it. I wouldn't. That's not my character. It's more okay, well, here are the roughly 20 greatest artists that I think are making music right now. If you can do things economically and sensibly in a way that helps everyone involved, and that I think gets better music into the hands and minds of people, then you can make a decent living. You can do as well as a pretty well off doctor or a lawyer or somebody, but you just got to accept you're not going to be Warren Buffett anymore. Those days are over.